Noelle Silva is a top female character in Shonen. She has grown so much throughout the series, and especially in this last chapter, she had to learn to overcome her abusive family, she had to learn her wrongs from being a royal, and she's just grown so much in power throughout the series, so let's talk about her. She's an awesome character. Noelle Silva is a royal that was born in the Clover Kingdom, and you'd expect her to have a good life since she's a royal and everything, but no, she was abused by her family. They thought Noelle's birth was the cause for their mother's death, and they gave her a lot of shit for that for no reason. And she also looked like her, so they were jealous of her and they were just mad at her for that. And as a royal, you have an insane amount of magic power, but she was not able to control it or cast any spells. And that was just another thing they hated on her for, and this went on for years. And alongside being abused, she looked down on commoners and peasants. That royalty lifestyle really got to her head, and anybody that she viewed lower than her was just treated horribly. She was just going through a lot when she was a kid, and when she turned 15 and joined the Black Bulls, everything took a turn for the better. The first thing she learned when she joined the team is that she should not be afraid to show her power, and it's okay for her to mess up. She could not get better at magic when she was living with her family because all they were doing was putting her down. She was afraid to be herself, but when she joined the Black Bulls, she could actually be herself and show who she really was. Because of that, she learned how to control her powers better, and she just got stronger, and she wasn't afraid to show her power. But the second thing she learned is that she needed to treat people better. She was treating commoners like Asta pretty badly. But she was just making a kid mistake, just hating on people, not really knowing who they were. So once she realized that she was wrong, she completely switched up. She recognized she was wrong and she moved on past that, and she's not doing that again. So she learned from that. But the third most important thing that she overcame is her abusive family. They were just horrible siblings for the beginning of her life, but eventually she had to come back and save them, and she learned to overcome what they said. Her family was on the verge of death, but she put everything behind her just to save them and realized like they're still her family, and she's not going to let them die. She's going to protect them even though they may not do the same for her. She moved past all the trauma that they put on her, and they learned as well that they were wrong too. She saved them, but they never like actually apologized to her, but they knew that they were wrong. But in the latest chapter, her and her siblings have an amazing moment. Solid, Nebra, and Noelle all apologized to her because they were wrong. Specifically Solid and Nebra, because they have been her biggest ops since the beginning, and they actually apologized to her. She accepted it, and she has not yet forgiven them fully, but she still accepts her apology. And I bet she's gonna work towards forgiving them completely, but at that moment, she couldn't just forgive everything that happened. Eventually, they'll move past everything and they'll be a complete family. And besides all the psychological growth she's had, she has grown so much physically. She could barely control her magic and do anything with it, but now she's one of the strongest in the verse. Her water magic is already strong as it is, but then she learned Mana Skin, Mana Zone, then she went to Saint Stage, she had Spirit Dive, and now she has Leviathan. She really went from being unexperienced and pretty weak to being one of the most experienced and one of the most strongest in the verse, and this is just insane growth for her. So yeah, I believe Noelle Silva is a top female character in Shonen. No other character is really doing it like her.